Hey guys, welcome back and welcome to yet another video in Drugstore Week. So today I'm showing you how I got this look with a whole bunch of drugstore products. Everything is under $10 except for one that I kind of cheated on, but it's like 98 cents over $10, so I figured it kind of works. So I don't feel like this needs a whole lot of introduction, so let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so I already went in with foundation for a different video, so if you want to see what foundation I'm wearing, then check out tomorrow's video. But it is under $10, so, you know, not cheating or anything. So we're just going to jump right into concealer. So we're going to go in with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. Y'all know this is my favorite drugstore concealer, but also just my favorite concealer in general. It just, it works so well on my dry under eye. It's amazing. So I'm just going to do a healthy amount under the eyes. And I think that's it. Okay, and then for powder, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade Fair. And I'm going to take it on a, like, what is this, the e.l.f. highlighting brush. I found that this powder just does not play well with my under eye when I try and, like, bake with it or anything. No, my voice just did something weird there. If I try and, like, press it in with my sponge like I normally do, it just becomes a hot mess. So I like to just take a tiny amount on my brush, just run that all over, and as usual I'm going to set the bronzer area. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to eyes and then we can come back to the face. So for primer, I'm going to go in with the Milani eyeshadow primer. I just recently picked this up because I've been testing out some new eye primers, trying to see what will hold up in this Florida heat. I'm not exactly sure that this one is my favorite, but I've been testing it out, just trying to figure it out. I like how tacky it gets. And for eyeshadow today, we're going in with the Maybelline Lemonade Craze palette. This one is kind of cheating. It's $10.98 on Amazon, but it's just so pretty and I want to play with it, so it's just gonna have to work. Actually, also, this is, I think, the only palette I have that's under $10, isn't it? I think. So that base is nice and sticky now, so I'm gonna go in with the shade Sherbet right here, just a pinky skin tone color for me, on a nice fluffy brush. This is the Morphe M504. And I'm just going to set that eyelid. Okay, so now I'm going to take another fluffy brush. This is the blending brush from Scone, I think is how you say it. And I'm going to take the shade Sweet Tea, which is right here. Tap off the excess, and we're going to put that in the crease and as like our transition shade, so kind of all over the place. Definitely bringing it up past the crease. Do you ever have one eye that turns out totally wonky? That's this one for me, because like this is my dominant side. So it's really easy for me to just like fluff it right here, but like this side always ends up wonky and like a totally different shape. It's so annoying. So I'm going to take a little bit of a stiffer brush. This is the Morphe M433, and I'm going to take that same color and try and build it up darker in the crease. Like really focus it in there to create a lot more definition. I really like doing those two steps with the same shade just because it makes it a whole lot easier when it comes to blending, because they're already the same shade, so it just makes it easier. So now I'm going to take the same brush and I'm going to take the shade Old Fashioned here, which is the dark brown in the palette. I'm going to put this on the outer corner and drag it a little bit into the crease. now I'm going to do the trick that I was telling you guys about in my review of these palettes. I'm going to take the first, well, not the first fluffy brush, but just a fluffy brush basically, and I'm going to take the yellow in the palette called Lemonade Craze, just a touch of it on the end there, and I'm just going to run that right out here on the edge. Just fairly lightly blending. Grazing is a good word for that. We're grazing the edges. Okay, so I don't even know if y'all are going to be able to see this on camera, but it just adds a little bit of definition out here. Yeah, I don't even know if you can tell on the camera, but that's what we're doing, just adding a little bit of definition. Okay, now I'm going to take a tiny little pencil brush, and I'm going to take that same old-fashioned shade, just a dark brown, and deepen up this outer corner just a touch more. Okay, so for the lid, I'm going to take my finger and take the Strawberry Lemonade shade here. It's just like an icy pink. Okay, and then on top of that, I'm going to take the shade Citrus right here. It's more of a peachy type of shade, so I'm just going to warm it up a little bit. So as you can see there, just kind of warmed it up and added a little bit of gold glitter. So it kind of works more with the warmness of the rest of the eye. Now, obviously, you could go in with these wet and make them even more intense, but I don't want this look to get super glamorous because, like, the rest of my base isn't really going to match that. So, okay, so now I'm going to take the pink color in here, which is called Icy Pop, or Ice Pop, on just like a flat shading brush type of thing on the very end of it. I'm going to run this on the lower lash line, just for like a fun little pop of color. This is my favorite way to use this color in the palette just because it doesn't have too much of a pop. So on the lower lash line, it just really works as like a fun little splash of something something. So I'm going to take this tiny little e.l.f. brush. This is the eye crease brush. And I'm going to take the Sweet Tea shade right here and just use that to blend out a little bit of this pink. I did want to mention that I'm having a lot of gold glitter fallout from that second shade we put down. So if you're going to do something like that, you might want to use it wet just to make sure that everything kind of sticks where it's supposed to. That's all we're going to do to the lower lash line. Okay, so moving back to the rest of the face, I'm going to fill in my eyebrows with the Maybelline Total Temptation Brow Definer in Deep Brown. This is that weird one with like the teardrop shaped pencil. Wow, Alyssa. Okay, so I've talked about this before. This pencil is really not my favorite. I just don't always love the brow that it gives me. But to make these look a little more three-dimensional, I'm going to go in with the Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel. I have mine in the shade Brownie Brows. Okay, so I need to finish up the rest of my face because these eyes are making me look crazy. So to add a little life back into my skin, I'm going to take the Hard Candy Box in a Box Baked Bronzer on another e.l.f. highlighting brush. I talked about this bronzer in yesterday's video of drugstore products that surprised me. So if you want to hear my full thoughts on it, then you can go check out that video. And then I'm going to take the Milani blush in Romantic Rose on the Flower Beauty blush brush. And then we're going to take the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter in Molten Rose Gold on a tapered highlighting brush. we're pretty much just gonna drench my face in this. Y'all know this is like one of my favorite drugstore highlighters. I like to pretty much put it everywhere. Okay, so I went ahead and used that highlighter as my inner corner highlighter just to kind of tie the whole face together, you know? So, moving on, we're going to use the Flower Beauty Lash Warrior Mascara. I've been loving this mascara lately. It's just so good. I mean, look at that difference. That's just one coat on my lashes. Are you kidding me? Okay, and last but certainly not least, lips. We're doing the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Lip. I also talked about this in yesterday's video. This is just one of the most comfortable liquid lipsticks that I've ever found because it's not really a liquid lipstick. It's just, oh, it's so amazing. If you haven't tried these yet, I would highly recommend you pick up at least one. This nude color in All Natural Nude is just like the perfect warm tone nude that just goes with everything. It's so good. Okay, and there we have it. This is my final all drugstore, everything under $10 makeup look. So I hope you guys liked today's video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you next one. Bye.